Hi, and welcome to the Special Olympics Illinois webcast tutorials, our GMS 6 powerlifting series. Today we're going to be talking about our registration wizard and entering athletes into their events for powerlifting. For powerlifting in Illinois, athletes can do bench press, deadlift, and squat. Of course, they do need to be certified in squat prior to competing in that event. So we will need to double check that as you're doing your entries, just to make sure that we know they have gone through that certification. In addition to those three events, we have two combined events for powerlifting. These are not actual events that will take place at your meet, but they are an additional award that these athletes can earn. And the combined is split up, so we have one that is for athletes that are doing bench press and deadlift, and another for those athletes that are doing all three lifts. And their entry score for those events will be the total of the bench press plus the deadlift, or the bench press plus deadlift and squat. And of course, their qualifying score in powerlifting is referred to as their personal best. And what you'll need before we get started is just a copy of your policies and procedures, just to have as a reference, as well as all of your entry forms. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've opened my GMS and I went into my powerlifting event here, and I'm just at my main screen. So I'm going to come up here to People, and I'm going to select this Register People using the Registration Wizard. And this is going to open up the wizard, and you'll see here on this first screen, we get an option of whether or not we want to show custom fields for each person. Since we don't have any custom fields that we need to worry about for powerlifting, we can go ahead and uncheck that, so that'll be one less screen that we'll have to click through as you're entering your athletes. So we'll go ahead and click Next. And now remember with the registration wizard that our entrant delegation, this is the delegation that they're going to be attending the games with, is down here in this lower left-hand column. And then our groups that we want to search are here. And then if we want to select in particular people types, we can choose there. I'm going to go ahead, since I've got an entry form here from Palatine, I'm going to put Palatine High School as the delegation that I'm working on. The role is going to be an athlete. If you were entering coaches at this point, if I were to select coach, it gives me the other option to assign them to the particular sport. But since we're going to work just here on our athletes, I'm going to keep that as an athlete. Now I'm going to come up here and I can select my groups if I want to limit my search so I'm not searching the entire database. I tend to just leave this no filter unless I have an athlete with a very common last name. But of course we can come over here to our people types and just select athlete. And then we're going to come to our family name, and I'm going to enter Robbie Bryant into his events. And now I can just scroll down here and I find Robert Bryant. And if I hover, it's going to pop up. I think it's fallen out of your screen, so maybe I'll move this up. We do get this window here that we can look over and see that in that lower corner that he does in fact have a good medical, so we can go ahead and enter him if we'd like. And here on this screen, it's going to just give us his general information, so I can make sure that yes, I did click on Robbie Bryant and that he is from Palatine. If in fact I missed and didn't check their medical and I want to do that now, I can just scroll down here to certifications and then I can see their athlete medical information here. But since he's good, we're going to click Next. He's going to be doing powerlifting. And Robbie's going to be doing bench press and deadlift. So we're going to start with his bench press. And once I've selected the event, I can tab over to the qualifying score here, so it makes it a little easier. And his personal best is 100 pounds. And his level is G. It's 105 kilograms. Now I'm going to put him in deadlift as well. I'm going to tab over. And his deadlift personal best is 215 pounds. And then when I tab over to level, another trick when you've got a bunch of levels that you're assigning, You can usually start to type the first letter in that level, but since he's going to be in level G and they're all going to start male, if I just click on G, it should pop open. Well, it does it sometimes. And then I can select G. Now I'm going to put him in his combined event for bench and deadlift. And do a quick math here of 215 and 100 is 315 pounds. And then we'll put him in level G. So all of his levels will be the same for all three events. And then I can click next and then finish. And then it opens the wizard again, so then I can come back here and enter the rest of Palatine. And that's using the registration wizard. As always, I hope you have found this to be helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Take care.